Hello students, we know already how the electric current produces the magnetic field. Just think, how is it possible that the magnetic field can also produce the uh, electric current? Okay, let me remind. Magnetic field is produced by the current. But is it possible to produce the electric current by the magnetic field? Yes, it is possible. It was observed first time in 1831 by the Michael Faraday. He observed that when a charge is moving or the current carrying conductor is moving, or there is a change in the magnetic field, then current is always produced. Okay, he shown a experiment. See this experiment. Suppose this is a coil, and near this coil we have a magnet. Okay, we have a magnet. Suppose N to S, these are the poles, and with this coil, suppose a galvanometer is connected. Okay, a galvanometer is connected like this. Okay, which shows the deflection if the current is produced here. Okay, so instead of galvanometer, let's see, because we have to see the current now, so we'll attach this with the ammeter. Okay, now it is observed when this magnet is brought near this coil, then current is produced. It shows the deflection. Okay, and again he observed that if this magnet is brought away from this coil, again the deflection is produced. It is always in opposite direction. So this phenomena, due to this movement of the conductor, is known as the electromagnetic induction. Okay, now you should think, it should arise in your mind also, what happens in this case, how the magnetic field producing the current. Okay, electromagnetic, that is the electricity produces the magnetic. Okay, due to the induction, means without making any contact. Okay, from a distance. Okay, actually what happens, suppose this is a magnet, so we can assume its magnetic lines of force like this. Okay, like this we can assume. Okay, so when the magnet or the coil moving, there is a relative motion between them. That is, suppose it is moving, it is in stationary. Suppose the magnet is in motion and the coil is in motion, coil is stationary. In both cases, there will be change in the magnetic flux. First of all, you should know what is the magnetic flux. Okay, only then you will understand this topic. So see, what is the magnetic flux? Magnetic flux means it is the number of magnetic lines passing through a plane placed perpendicular in a magnetic field. Okay, magnetic field. Okay, so this is the magnetic flux. Okay, number of lines passing through a plane, through a surface. This is the magnetic flux, and mathematically it is given by B into A is equal to phi. Phi is the symbol of the magnetic flux. B is the magnetic field intensity. A is the area of the loop. Okay, so this is the product of magnetic field intensity and the area of the plane through which the lines are passing. Is it clear? Now if we are changing the B, because the number of lines are increasing and decreasing when there is a relative motion between them. Okay, coil is moving or the magnet is moving. In both cases, if there is any relative motion between these two, there will be change in the magnetic flux because B is changing. B is changing. Okay, so that's why we can say due to the magnetic flux change, current is produced. Is it clear? In this phenomena, what happens? Due to the change in the magnetic flux, and how the magnetic flux is changed? Due to the change in the magnetic field. You are changing the magnetic field. Okay, because it is going towards and away from the coil. Okay, both, that is the, sometimes the distance is increasing, sometimes it's decreasing. So number of lines are increasing or decreasing. So there is a change in the magnetic flux. So due to the change in the magnetic flux, current is produced. Now students, remember, this current is known as the induced current. This is known as the induced current, and the phenomena is called the electromagnetic induction. Electromagnetic induction. Okay, this phenomena is called the electromagnetic induction. So according to Faraday's has given two laws. According to him, the rate of induced EMF is always directly proportional to the rate of change of magnetic flux. Okay, so if E is the induced EMF, then induced EMF is always directly proportional to the d phi upon dt, or we say simply it is the E is equal to minus n d phi upon dt. Okay, this is the change in magnetic flux. This is the change in the magnetic flux with respect to time, and n is the number of turns. Okay, number of turns. Okay, so this is the directly proportional, or sometime in different books it is written that is equal to. Okay, so if n is the number of turns, you can write like this is for the single turn, this is for the n turns in the coil. Okay, like this. Okay, number of turns. Okay, so this is according to Faraday's laws. And Faraday's one more experiment given in your book. Suppose if we take a insulating rod, okay, and number two coils, if we take the two coils, okay, one coil is connected with a cell and the say key and the cell plus minus. Okay, suppose this is the wire. Okay, and suppose the in second ammeter, you can say, connected. Okay, ammeter is connected here. So he observed that if there is any change in the current in the first coil, suppose you are changing the current, you are switching off, sometimes you are switching on, or you are increasing, decreasing the current. So in the same ratio, in the same way, you will find the effect in the second coil also. So it means you are flowing the current in the first coil and you can see the current in the second coil. Okay, however, no cell is connected here, but you will see the flow of the current will be produced due to the flowing in the current in the first coil. Okay, why it happens? Because when current flows, just try to understand, students, when current flows, then these coils will behave like a solenoid, or you can say the magnetic field will be produced. And in the field of this magnet, another coil is placed. So the number of lines passing through these coils will determine the change in the magnetic flux. So magnetic flux will change, because when the current is increasing, so number of lines will be in more numbers. So when the current is decreasing, so lines will decrease. So number of lines will increase or decrease when the current will increase or decrease in the first coil. So due to the change in the magnetic flux in the first coil, there is induced current produced in the second coil. So again, current is produced, and that is the induced current. So this concept we will use in case of the transformer, and you will study the transformer in the next classes. Okay, now when this concept is clear, one more thing we have to discuss in electromagnetic induction, that is the there is a law which is known as the Fleming's right hand rule. Okay, it tells about the right hand rule. It tell about the direction of the magnetic field or the direction of the induced current produced. Okay, already we have discussed, we know the Fleming's left hand rule. Okay, let me show again Fleming's left hand rule. Okay, in this Fleming's left hand rule, okay, let me show again. Stretch first three fingers. Okay, thumb shows here the magnetic force. This finger shows the direction of the magnetic field, and here this finger shows the direction of the electric current. Now see what is the Fleming's right hand rule. In Fleming's right hand rule, just make the vector field vector diagram. Suppose this is the B and this is the motion, you can say, and this is the electric current. Okay, now see, it is the right hand rule. So stretch your right hand, three fingers like this. Stretch perpendicularly downward like this. Is it clear? It is the perpendicular like the left hand. Okay, so in right hand, both fingers, these two fingers, this is the left, this is the right. Okay, so it shows the magnetic field, it is also shows the magnetic field. Clear? Now here, this finger in left hand, Fleming's left hand, it shows the direction of the electric current, and here it shows the induced current. Remember, this is another change. This is a change. This is the induced current. This finger shows the induced current, and in left hand, thumb shows the force, magnetic force, and here the thumb shows the motion of the conductor, because due to the motion of the conductor, induced current is produced. So this is the M. Thumb shows M in right hand rule. Thumb shows the motion. This is the magnetic field, and this is the induced current. So just remember this rule. It's very easy. Fleming's left hand rule to know the direction of the induced current. Is it clear? I think it is the motion of the conductor. This is the magnetic field, and this is about the induced current. Okay, stretch three fingers like this. It's very important rule for your exam also, and in applications related to the electromagnetic induction you will use. Okay, so I think it is clear. So in next topic we'll discuss about the electric generator, and which is a very important for your exam. Thank you, students.